Hi, I'm Andre Faust. In the last set of videos we covered the Nashwaaksis River emptying into the St. John River. I've looked at the protective park, the Highland Protective Park in Barker's Point, but this stretch of video is going to really deal with the Lower St. Mary's watershed. I call it the Lower St. Mary's watershed. Some people call it the Portobello watershed. Other people call it the Carmen Creek watershed. It basically starts at McMinimum Court and it goes for about 1.6 kilometers, which takes you almost to the hydro lines. And the video footage that I'm going to be showing to you is going to be from the beginning to the end. But I have broken it up into three sections. The first sections I take right at the source, right off Timber Lane, and that's my first third. My second third is taken down by Dobbelstein's Electric, and my third take is down by Dynex, almost to where the hydro lines are. Since I don't fly my drone from out of sight, I always keep it in sight. This is why I didn't do the whole stretch as just one run from McMinimum Court to the hydro lines, because I'd lose sight, and if there'd be any problems I run the risk of losing the drone. So I'm not going to say too much more about the watershed, but a thing that we have to keep in mind is that we as humans have a responsibility in keeping our local area, our planet, in good working order. Not that I'm a churchy kind of guy, but it's been recognized, and it's been recognized 2,000 years ago. And to quote maybe not necessarily to paraphrase a quote from the Bible, is that man is supposed to be the steward of the planet. How good of a job we're doing, I say we're not doing too well. Now, one last note on the Lower St. Mary's watershed. There's actually three communities surrounding it. There's the actual Lower St. Mary's, which is made up of Timber Lane and Alderwood and Ross Terrace, and then you have McMinimum Court, and then you have Pepper Creek. So you have all three communities that's surrounding this watershed. But one thing to note, some years ago, I think it was probably 8 years ago, minus plus a year, a developer on the other side of McMinimum Court approached City Council to have it rezoned so he could set up a subdivision and tie in through McMinimum Court. Well, one of the arguments that was presented was that his proposal would affect the Lower St. Mary's watershed. So on that note, I'll end and we'll proceed, and you'll see the size of this watershed, and you can just imagine what kind of wildlife that exists there.